What's good, YouTube? It's your boy OG Nonboy, back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing the Vergy team. This team consists of Shadow Hypno in the front with a Munchlax Safe Swap and Scrafty in the back. So the reason why I wanted to run this team was because now that Toxapex is around, I kind of wanted to try a Pokemon that was like pretty good against Toxapex and other poison types. So Hypno fits the bill for that, and this is just the team that I've played in the past that I've had a lot of success with, so I decided to run it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into these matches. So first match here, we have the Hypno into Empoleon, and our Thunder Punch can kind of threaten it, but so that's why I decided to stay in from the get-go. But he immediately swaps into a Dragonite, and already since he brings in the Dragonite, like I'm figuring that's probably like double dragon, just because Dragonite's kind of a weird safe swap. Like you don't really see it too much in the Great League here, but probably make a mistake by staying in for so long. Like I probably should have brought my Munchlax in, because now I have to give up a shield just to maintain switch. And it'd be nice to have my Hypno with like close to an Ice Punch for the Altaria, which I'm expecting in the back. But now my Hypno's gone and I'm shieldless, and this Drill Peck is gonna kind of hurt a lot. And my Munchlax doesn't do particularly well against the Altaria in the back. So hopefully we're able to get off enough body slams in order to take this Altaria out. But with the shield up, it's a pretty sticky situation to be in. So we'll have to see. As you can see, like 2 sky attacks are just about gonna take us out here. So a little bit of a misplay on my part. Probably should have preserved the Hypno a little bit more, but they're likely gonna overfarm quite a bit here to have a move ready for my Scrafty as well. But they overfarmed a little bit too much here and allow me to take out their Altaria, and that basically seals the deal for them. So GG's to that opponent. Next match, we have a Swampert lead. I usually stay in this for a little bit and throw an Ice Punch before leaving into my Munchlax. Hypno's kind of bulky, so it can tank these Hydro Cannons fairly well. So I'm just going to get this off. And then swapping into our Munchlax here, let's see what the opponent decides to bring in. They stay in here and let us farm their Swampert down quite a bit, which I'm okay with. And they bring in an Abomasnow. So this is a pretty interesting team so far. Like you also haven't really seen Abomasnow too much in the Great League as of this season and prior seasons. So we're going to be able to get off another Body Slam, which is going to put us in a really good position. But of course, Go Battle Lag has to ruin that for us. So that's pretty big, because we would have at least gotten a shield there or taken them out. And our Munchlax was pretty low, so the opponent would have gotten a whole lot of farm with like whatever Pokemon they bring in next. And honestly, like the lag for me these past like few days or this past week has just been terrible. Like there's been so many games like this where I've just completely lost due to lag. Like I can't get a charge move off, or I get farmed down and the opponent gets a ton of extra energy. And I've been seeing like Jonkus too, because he's had 2 live streams recently of him attempting to hit Legend, which he finally was able to hit. But like he also lags multiple times like throughout his 5 sets. So I don't know why this game is so broken right now, but I mean, it is what it is. So at this point we're kind of screwed. I should have maybe taken out the Swampert, but it's not even really gonna matter, because this Frostglass here has 2 moves ready. So even if I took out the Swampert there, they would have had 2 moves ready for my Scrafty, and I still would have lost. But it'd be like that sometimes, and you know, I just gotta move on and not be too salty about it. Next match here, we have Hypno into Empoleon. So typically when you see Empoleon, like it's usually double flyers of some sort. So that matchup for this team is pretty hard, since The only place your Scrafty is really like super useful in is in the lead matchup, but getting that alignment's going to be like kind of hard, especially if you swap into your Munchlax here and they bring in Amanda Buzz like they do now. So since our lick damage is resisted, this is going to be a pretty rough matchup for us, and we're definitely not going to regain switchback from this, and at best we're going to chip this down quite a bit. So yeah, this is pretty hard to overcome with this team, but it's very strange since like in this video we're seeing a lot of teams that really aren't too typical. So like we saw an Empoleon like double dragon team, double dragon flyer team, which I don't know if that's like a popular team or not, like if some YouTuber made a team on that, but just like from my knowledge of the Great League and stuff, like I'm pretty sure that's not too common. And that double ice team that we saw in the video, or in the battle that I lagged out on, is also pretty interesting, and I haven't seen that around at all. So very interesting stuff. And instead of double flyers here, it ends up being a Togekiss in the back, or not Togekiss, what is this Charmer, the Alolan Ninetales. So GG's to that opponent. Next match we see a Shadow Kanto, what is this thing? I just said the Alolan version a second ago. This is the Ninetales. So since I swapped in my Munchlax, I'm anticipating them throwing the hard move and then dipping, so I correctly shield the overheat, and now we're met with an Altaria, and we're like in an okay spot. Like we'll probably lose switch here, but we should be able to chip this thing down quite a bit and get it into a decent farm down range for our HYPNO. And our HYPNO like can, you know, do something against the Ninetales, so if they bring that back in, like that's pretty okay for us. But we'll just have to see what they have in the back at this point. They throw a Moonblast there, and I feel like I should have probably gotten to that Body Slam, but I die with it, which is very unfortunate, since now I'm going to have to either shield this or let my HYPNO go, and I decide to tank the damage on my HYPNO and leave it up to Scrafty for the most part here. And they have an Abomasnow, so that ended up being the right decision, since basically now all I have to do is go for a bunch of power-up punches, and I should be able to counter down both the Kanto Ninetales and the Abomasnow in the back. So you know, sometimes you gotta know when to preserve your Pokemon or leave it all up to like your back Pokemon, and in this case our closer was able to close the game for us. Then next match here we have the HYPNO into Nidoqueen. This is a really good lead for us. These confusions absolutely chunked the Nidoqueen, and here like Metacham swap-in is a little bit difficult just because like you can't bring your Munchlax in immediately here, or else you're gonna risk losing this matchup. So I'm gonna chip it a little bit first and tank a move on my HYPNO before bringing my Munchlax in, and now we should be able to take care of this Metacham pretty handily. Like even if they start investing shields, at some point we're just gonna be able to lick them all the way down, since this lick damage is doing super effective damage to the Metacham. And since they shielded, I'm just going to match their shields, and they're going to bring their Nidoqueen back in. So here I kind of misplay maybe, like I'm anticipating the opponent like doesn't shield because my HYPNO does really well against this Nidoqueen, but if I just gone for a double Body Slam, it would have been safer, since they were going to farm me down anyways, and 2 Body Slams does more than the Bulldoze anyways. And I also make another mistake there. Like I probably should have thrown my Ice Punch before going into my Scrafty, because now they can kind of overload on energy and have like residual energy ready for my HYPNO potentially. But so I get kind of scared and I throw this Ice Punch right away. But now the Nidoqueen in the back has a lot of energy, so they're going to be able to get to a Poison Fang before I'm able to farm them down, and I'm going to lose that match there, even though we had a really positive lead and we're able to maintain alignment all throughout. So went a little bit negative in the set here, but I definitely could have gone positive if we just hadn't lagged out that one game. So I'm fine with including these battles in this video. So yeah, HYPNO is a pretty solid pick, I'd say, in this meta, even if you're not able to hunt down a Toxapex like I had originally intended by running this team. As you can see, like, even against other teams and kind of like weird teams too, this team does have quite a bit of play. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and also submit your battles in the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.